Hi, am I on the air?
Yep.
Fuck.
Thanks.
Do I have everybody's attention now? Do I have everybody's attention now?
John, I got you.
John, do I have everybody's
Sunday
attention
night.
now?
You put them cameras on me, then you must be willing to get that heart touch. This a must-see feeling. The news ain't good, then it must be villain. So I say a tag grounded, I don't trust these ceilings. Spread across your nose, and I'm on your ear. Highest necks on the cloud. Hammer in the air, Sunday nights, prime time. I flex my better, Voltron transform to DX Don. Mega and obscene. You probably think I'm nice, cause I slow like a stream to your wireless device. And the smoke full of steam on any given night. I'll short like a piece of any given slice. And for the latest and what is best about I tune in and tune the rest out, Don. You gotta tell them, am I in the clear? Is this thing on? Am I on the air? On the air.
Well, what is going down, everybody? Welcome to the best entertainment podcast on the web. It is Am I on the Air? I am your host, Don Mega, and welcome to the show. It's Season 10, Episode 12. Today's episode is called Mayo and Choc O Late. Mayo and Choc O Late is a nice little plug for our movie review of the week, which is Get Hard, starring Will Ferrell and Kevin Hart. Very, very funny movie. And that was, of course, a line from that film. And as soon as it happened, Geeky Pat looked over at me and he said, "There's your show title." And I said, "Yep, I'm already on it." So, Mayo and Choc O Late is in the house for this episode of Am I on the Air? Of course, we will be reviewing Get Hard and bringing you the week in entertainment news, TV, and movies, and anything else that I would like to talk about. So, let's just get it cracking, and we'll start with our movie review. Actually, before I start the movie review, let me rewind that back. I want to do a little bit of shout-outs, because we got a lot of stuff going on this week at Red Dragons Radio. So, first and foremost, you might not care to listen to the episode at this point, but if you missed it, last week we did a very special Am I Still on the Air? Where myself and Geeky Pat got together and we basically previewed and did our predictions for WrestleMania 31. That was a lot of fun. As a lot of you know that listen to this show, I used to do a weekly wrestling show called Future Endeavors, and it's been a long time since I've talked wrestling, and I really wanted to, talk about the biggest event of the year when it comes to wrestling, and that's WrestleMania. So we did our preview and prediction special. It was really, really good. Got a lot of good feedback. A lot of you guys checking it out, and I do appreciate you doing that. So that episode is up and available on the Am I Still on the Air tab. Like I said, WrestleMania happened this past Sunday, so I'm not sure how many of you, if you missed it, would go back and listen. But I think you should. We were pretty spot on in our predictions, I have to say. So you should definitely check that out. Happy to announce that we will be doing a brand new Red Dragons Assemble episode later this week, so look for that. Very happy to do the second episode of our brand new show, Red Dragons Assemble, with my boys Geeky Pat and Peeps. So we'll be doing that sometime within the next couple days, so keep an eye out for number 2 of Red Dragons Assemble. I do also know, programming wise, we will be, myself and Geeky Pat will be featured on the next People's Forum episode. Last week I talked about how we did the Expendables episode, and it was really, really cool. This week we are doing the top 5 movies that we want made. If we could go to Hollywood right now and be like, boom, make these films, these would be the films that Hollywood would make. So it's going to be a pretty cool little countdown show on the new episode of People's Forum, so look for that later in the week. And just, of course, keep your eyes peeled to reddragonsradio.com, because there's a lot of movement going on, lots of new episodes going down, so check it out. Alright, now that we got those out the way, let's go to our movie review of the week. And like I said, it's going to be Get Hard, the new Will Ferrell, Kevin Hart movie. I've been excited for this film for quite some time, really ever since it was announced. I'm a big Will Ferrell fan. I'm a big Kevin Hart fan. And when I heard they were doing a movie together, I was sold. I mean, just the sound of Kevin Hart and Will Ferrell sounds hilarious to me. Just like I know Kevin Hart's about to start filming a movie with The Rock here in a couple weeks. That's going to be incredible. And speaking of The Rock, sorry I'm going to sidetrack here on you. The Rock hosted SNL this past Saturday, and he was amazing. And if you haven't seen the live-action version of Bambi that they did on SNL with The Rock, you need to go check that out ASAP, because it is hilarious. He was a great host. He's always a great host on SNL, and he killed it this past Saturday. So go check that out. Anyways, so yeah, when Get Hard was announced, I was all about it, and we went and saw it on opening night, and it was really crowded. I mean, the movie was sold out, and that was really cool to see for a comedy. We've been kind of down in the dumps for movies lately. I mean, I feel like every movie we've seen lately we either don't like, or we've kind of just been like, it was okay. So I was a little afraid, and but I'll tell you, we came out of this one laughing our asses off. I saw this with Geeky Pat, I saw this with my brother-in-law, and we came out, and the three of us were just like, that was pretty damn funny. We had a great time with it, and I thought the chemistry between Will Ferrell and Kevin Hart was awesome. Basically, the gist of the story is that Will Ferrell's kind of like a money management kind of guy, and they get him for fraud, and they're going to send him to prison for 10 years. So he hires Kevin Hart, who kind of racially thinks that Kevin Hart's been in jail before because he's black, and says, I'll pay you, $30,000 to teach me how to get hard, teach me how to protect myself so I don't get hurt in prison when I go away. So Kevin Hart is actually trying to move out of the ghetto, and he's trying to, buy a house with his family, and he needs the $30,000 for a down payment on his new home. So it kind of all works out. But he's not a thug, and he doesn't know really about prison and stuff like that. But he tries to teach Will Ferrell, and it's hilarious. I mean, from start to finish, this movie had me dying. And I really, really loved it. It seems to be hit and miss with some audiences, with some critics. I mean, critics especially. This movie's got hit pretty hard by critics. Fan-wise, it's about a 70% people like it. For me, what I will tell you is, if you're a fan of Will Ferrell or Kevin Hart, I think you're going to like this movie. Plain and simple. If you're not a fan of either of these two, then I don't think you're going to like it. I mean, it's as simple as it could be when it really comes down to it. You have to be a fan of these characters. You got to be a fan of these actors. You got to be a fan of, their chemistry and what they're trying to do together. I know a lot of people are ripping it, saying, it's very racially insensitive and this and that. It's a comedy, and they play off it really, really well, and I don't think they ever really cross a line in this film. So, for me, on Get Hard, I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. I thought it was really awesome. I will buy this on Blu-ray. I think it's got replay value. I like these two guys. It's a big rated R opening for both of them. The movie did really good in the box office, and I would say go see it. Like I said, if you're looking for a good laugh, and you are a fan of both of these guys, then I see no reason why you shouldn't go check out Get Hard. Alright? So 4 out of 5 stars for me on Get Hard. Let's now transition into our news of the week. And up first is we have the brand new second trailer for the Entourage movie. Looks really, really good, I gotta say. I wasn't the biggest fan of the Entourage TV show. I got into it towards the end, and then I wish I had watched it from the beginning, and maybe one day I will go back and watch it from the beginning, but I'm looking forward to the movie, though. It looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. Idris Elba has replaced Jamie Foxx in Harmony Korine's new movie called The Trap. Paramount Pictures is going to be moving forward with Key and Peele's Substitute Teacher movie. I'm looking forward to this. I don't know how they're going to stretch, a 2 or 3 minute kind of parody clip into a full-length film, but if anybody can do it, it's Key and Peele, so I'm very happy about that. Bradley Cooper is going to be taking the reins on a brand new A Star Is Born remake film, and he wants Beyonce to co-star with him on this. So that's very, very interesting. We have the trailer for Netflix's new Inspector Gadget series, which I believe is already launched on Netflix. So if you're interested, you can go check that out. AMC's Preacher TV show has found its Cassidy and Joseph Gilgun. Ray Stevenson has joined Starz Black Sails as Blackbeard. So that's cool. Showtime has picked up Billions, the new TV show that's going to be starring Paul Giamatti and Damian Lewis from Homeland. Louis Leterrier is going to helm a new shark survival thriller called In the Deep. I'm curious how this one's going to pan out. I mean, the synopsis is basically like this lady stranded on an island, and where she needs to get to, there's a killer shark in between that tries to kill you every time you get in the water. So I don't know how that's going to play out in an hour and a half or 2 hour movie, but we'll see. Liam Neeson is in talks to star in a new action thriller called Narco Sub. I believe we announced this on last week's show, but the X-Files are coming back. I just wanted to reiterate that. It will be a 6-episode miniseries, and David Duchovny is returning along. You know, you got your original Skolder and Mully are back in action. Excuse me, I had to take a sip there. We have the new trailer for Maggie. I think this looks great. Maggie is a new film starring Arnold Schwarzenegger, the newly inducted into the 2015 Hall of Fame for the WWE, Arnold Schwarzenegger, along with Abigail Breslin. It's a zombie type of film where basically Abigail Breslin gets infected and she's turning into a zombie, and Arnold Schwarzenegger has to turn her into a quarantine, and then he decides not to. And he tries to protect her, but of course everybody's coming after them because they have to quarantine her before she becomes fully infected. It looks really, really good, and it looks like Arnold is really just tuned into this role. He's emotionally invested, and I thought it just came out as an excellent trailer. So check out Maggie. Of course, once again, if you want to check out any of the trailers, go to amiontheair.com and click on that trailers tab, and you can check these out. We put up the picture and the first look of Jesse Eisenberg as Lex Luthor in Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice. It's basically a black and white picture just of Jesse Eisenberg with his head shaved. So I know there's not much to it, but it got people excited. A lot of people were kind of like, on Jesse Eisenberg's casting. And for some reason, just seeing him with the bald head looking very intimidating into the camera, it worked. And now people are like, damn, he's going to be a good Lex Luthor. I think we needed to see him with that head shaved. And a lot of people were thinking they weren't going to even go that route. So I think it's really cool. I think it was a good PR move. And it got people excited again about this movie. I like how they just drop a new picture like once a month. So it's gearing us up. In Marvel rumor news, Captain Marvel may have already been cast and set to cameo soon. There's a big rumor going around Hollywood that they have already casted the female actress that will play Captain Marvel, and that she will actually be introduced in Avengers Age of Ultron, that they kept it under wraps. They filmed a scene with her where she plays Carol Danvers, and basically she'll be introduced in the film, and then you'll have that character established in the MCU. No guarantee that this is what's actually going to happen. I can kind of believe it, though. We know Joss Whedon had her in a version of the script at one point, so who knows? I'll give big props to Marvel if they were able to keep that under wraps. You know, if all of a sudden it's like Emily Blunt, and you're like, wow, Emily Blunt did a scene in Age of Ultron, nobody even knew about it? That'd be really cool. Matt Smith is reportedly up for the lead role in the new Harry Potter spinoff show. Or movie, I should say, not show. It's rumored again, too, that Harley Quinn will be sporting many of her comic book looks in the Suicide Squad film. As you know, through all the different iterations from cartoon to movies to video games, Harley Quinn has looked very different in a lot of them. And I guess they were saying that David Ayer wants to kind of pull off as many of those looks as he can in the film. So if these rumors come out to be true, then she'll be sporting many, many different looks throughout the film. So I talked earlier about Idris Elba joining the movie called The Trap, replacing Jamie Foxx. They are also looking to add Al Pacino, Robert Pattinson, and James Franco to the film as well. So that's shaping up pretty damn nice. Legendary TV is bringing Image comic series Lazarus to television. So another comic show getting developed for television, and this time it's Lazarus. Jeremy Clarkson has been fired from Top Gear, but the show will continue on without him. Ethan Suplee is going to be returning for Mallrats 2, so it's kind of cool. Kevin Smith has been announcing names of people that are returning. We already knew that Jason Lee and Shannon Doherty are returning, and now Ethan Suplee, who was the guy that couldn't see the goddamn sailboat on the splotch baiting in the original Mallrats, is going to be returning for a role, so that's pretty hilarious. Let's see here. Bruce Campbell is going to be playing Ronald Reagan in season 2 of Fargo, so that's pretty cool. Going back to Idris Elba again, he keeps popping back up, and now he is in negotiation and talks to join Star Trek 3 as the villain. So very, very cool. I'm excited about this. I think Idris Elba will be an excellent villain, and I would love to see him in the Star Trek franchise. So very, very cool. HBO has canceled the show Looking after 2 seasons. We got word that both Ray Donovan and Masters of Sex will be returning to Showtime in July. So I'm very excited about that. I love Ray Donovan. And my wife watches Masters of Sex. I should, because Lizzie Kaplan gets naked in that show, but I'll just wait for the screenshots of that. X-Men Apocalypse is getting ready to start filming, and Bryan Singer has announced another New Mutant joining the team, as newcomer Lana Condor has been cast as Jubilee. So Jubilee will be in the new X-Men film, so that is pretty cool. Steven Spielberg is going to be directing the big screen version of Ready Player One. This is a book I've heard a lot about, and getting somebody like Steven Spielberg to direct is pretty damn awesome. So that is going to be pretty cool to look out for. A new Lego spinoff called The Billion Brick Race is on the way from Jason Segel and Drew Pearce. So they're going to be writing and directing that together. So they're killing it with the Lego movies, man. This is getting crazy. Boardwalk Empire's Travis Tope is the latest to join Roland Emmerich's Independence Day 2, so he's coming. Tyrese Gibson is at it again as he's proclaiming to be the next Green Lantern once again, although there is no official word from DC. During press for Furious 7, he started saying, I've already taken the oath and I've already talked to DC. You know, it's all in their hands now. So he's trying so hard to become Jon Stewart. He wants this role so bad. And I'm almost going to feel bad if he doesn't get it at this point. You know, I'm not the biggest Tyrese fan, but, like, I appreciate his passion so much for this project that it makes me, want to give him hope that he actually gets it. So, I know Geeky Pat messaged me last week, and he's like, Tyrese did it! He's the Green Lantern! I'm like, don't you fall for that. It is not confirmed. Until you see Am I on the Air confirm that news, you take it as a rumor, damn it. So, moving on. The exact release dates for Ray Donovan and Masters of Sex is going to be July 12th. So July 12th on Showtime will be the season premieres of Ray Donovan and Masters of Sex. Leah Michele and Kate Upton have boarded William H. Macy's new road trip sex comedy. He's going to be directing, so I'll take me a little Leah Michele and Kate Upton. Let's do it, baby. Let's see here. Alien Nation is going to be returning to the big screen. So that is going to be interesting. I remember Alien Nation when I was a little kid. It scared me about like aliens coming and trying to live in our society and just all this stuff. It was a really cool movie. It became a TV show for a little bit of time, but it's cool to see that they're redeveloping it now for the big screen. I think it's time. Let's do an Alien Nation reboot. I'm excited about that. Sony Pictures Animation has announced that their untitled new animated Smurfs movie, which was previously set to be released in 2016, will now arrive on March 31st, 2017. So a couple years away, but this will be an all-animated Smurfs movie that actually has nothing to do with the previous two that mixed the live action with Neil Patrick Harris. This is going to be a complete reboot, all animated. Ben Mendelsohn is rumored for the Star Wars spin-off film Rogue One, so we'll see what ends up happening with that. Sony Pictures has announced Robotech franchise plans. Yes, they've secured the rights to Robotech, and they're going to do a movie, but they're looking at TV and video games, and they literally want to make another shared type universe here based on the Robotech franchise. So they got the potential to do it, so let's see what Sony does. But it looks like a Robotech movie will be coming first, and I'm very, very excited about that. Friday the 13th, the new movie moves forward with them hiring the writer from Hannibal to pen the script, which is said to finally explain to us how Jason has his mythical powers, so to speak, why he can't die, which is something they've never really explained in the previous Friday the 13th films. Super Troopers 2 has met their crowdfunding goal in literally one day. They did a little mini commercial and they said, hey, we want to do Super Troopers 2, but we want it to be crowdfunded. And they asked people to donate and see if they could raise $2 million. And they literally did it in one day. So it looks like we will be getting Super Troopers 2. 50 Shades of Grey director Sam Taylor Johnson has said that she will not be coming back to direct the sequel. So she is moving on. No shocker there. We heard she had a very hard time making the film because of the book's writer and how involved she was. Chris Daughtry is going to be recurring and writing music for a new Fox dramedy called Studio City. ABC's new Uncle Buck remake has cast its second leading man, and it's going to be James Leisure. I like James Leisure from my days of loving the Las Vegas TV show. He was great on Las Vegas. I also really liked him on the comedy Men at Work that was on TBS that just got canceled last year. Very sad about that. So glad to see him getting some new work, and he'll be on Uncle Buck. Let's see here. We've already talked about all of this. What else do we got? Amy Adams and Jake Gyllenhaal are going to star in a new film called Nocturnal Animals. Two great actors, so I'm sure we'll be looking forward to that. Ben Stiller and Owen Wilson have stormed Paris for Zoolander 2, doing some more kind of model runway posing for production and kind of buzz on Zoolander 2, which is awesome. I love seeing these guys pop up doing this stuff. The Downton Abbey producers have confirmed that the 6th season of the show will be its last. I reported on the last episode of Am I on the Air that it was going to be the last season of Downton Abbey. But then some people came out and they said, no, that's not true. And somebody on the production set said it wasn't true. And so they kind of started to fall back on that announcement. But then the official producers came out and said, yes, we are confirming 6th season will be the last. The History Channel has renewed Vikings for Season 4. I know a lot of people will be excited about that. Terminator Genesis is going to be shooting the sequels back-to-back, so that'll help them bust out number 2 and 3 in a faster and better fashion. In Everything Wrong With fashion, we have Everything Wrong With the Fast and Furious. This is number 4 of the franchise, because it's the one without the. It's just Fast and Furious. So that's the 4th one. We have the trailer for the new movie called Dope, starring Zoe Kravitz and Forrest Whitaker. William Peterson is returning to television in the TV show Manhattan over on WGNA. Halt and Fire and Catch, or whatever the hell the show's called. Season 2 premieres on May 31st. I don't know anyone that watches that show. Standalone Star Wars directors Gareth Edwards and Joshua Trank are coming to Star Wars Celebration. So if you're planning on going to Star Wars Celebration, they will be there. NBC has set some summer premiere dates for Welcome to Sweden and Craig Robinson's new comedy, and a couple other ones, so you can check out those release dates. I know the Craig Robinson show starts in August. I'm looking forward to that one. Halt and Catch Fire. That's the name of the show. May 31st. Matthew McConaughey is going to headline The Billionaire's Vinegar. Yeah, I don't know about that. NBC is going to be reviving Coach with Craig T. Nelson. I don't know what this is, but reviving old TV shows. I mean, we did it with 24, now we're doing it with X-Files, now we're going to do it with Coach? It's going to be a limited sequel series, and Craig T. Nelson is coming back. Gene Simmons is partnering with WWE Studios to launch a new horror movie label. So they'll be launching horror movies directly together under this new banner with WWE Studios. Michael Keaton and Taraji P. Henson are going to be hosting SNL in April. Michael Keaton's actually doing this Saturday. We have the first look at Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool, and it is perfect. I posted this back on March 27th, so if you want to look at our Facebook and our Twitter page, you can see this picture. It is Ryan Reynolds in the suit, fully as Deadpool, literally laying in front of a fire on a bearskin rug in full Deadpool outfit. It is amazing, and it's the greatest first look that you can give for a character. It didn't take long for them to show us that Deadpool is going to have the Deadpool look in the red and black costume. He's got the CGI'd white eyes, and it looks great, man. He's literally just chilling on the bearskin rug. Go look at this picture. Ryan Reynolds is loving it. This movie is already filming, and they're having a great time. You got to see the picture, man. It is so great. Alrighty, here we have the first trailer for Southpaw, the new film starring Jake Gyllenhaal and Rachel McAdams. We have Avengers Age of Ultron featurette called Super Siblings, which explains more about Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch. Let's see here. In the rumor mill, they have it that Adam McKay may be directing an upcoming Marvel film. I love Adam McKay, and I'll totally be down with that. He helped write the script to the Ant-Man movie, and I'd be curious to see him take the reins on an upcoming Marvel film. I'm just be curious to see which one it is. Spectre, the new next James Bond movie that comes out in November, is going to get an IMAX release, and we've also released the first teaser trailer for Spectre that you can watch on our Facebook, Twitter, and of course webpage at amiontheair.com. Check out that Spectre teaser. Jason Statham is totally down for more Expendables. They talked to him and he said he loves making these movies. He has a tremendous respect for Sylvester Stallone, and he says as long as Stallone wants to keep making them, I'm down. So it's cool to see his devotion to Arnold on that. Antonio Banderas says that Shrek may be making a little appearance in Puss in Boots 2, so that's pretty cool. I like that. It's official. The Walking Dead companion show over on AMC is going to be called Fear the Walking Dead. I think it's kind of lame, to be honest. It's just kind of, you already got The Walking Dead, now you're just going to say Fear the Walking Dead. I think it's pretty weak. I don't know what the rest of you think. I haven't heard too much buzz on it. It is a prequel show, but I think that's pretty lame, just calling it Fear the Walking Dead. Last week we talked about a little sci-fi project called The Leviathan, that the guy Neil Blomkamp, who did District 9 and Chappie and all that, was going to be getting involved with Kinberg producing. Now 20th Century Fox has swooped in and they picked up the project, so pretty cool to see that The Leviathan is moving full steam ahead into its full feature film return. Masioka is going to be returning to NBC's Heroes Reborn. I am so happy about this. I love this dude. He is on he's on Hawaii Five-0 right now, so I love that he's still on a weekly television show. But I'm a big fan of Heroes, the original Hero show. And Masioka as Hiro Nakamura in the original Hero show was amazing. He was one of my favorite characters on the original series, and I'm so happy to know that he's going to be returning in the limited series reboot of Heroes. So very, very happy that we will be seeing the return of Hiro Nakamura. So happy that he's going to be returning to that. I was so stoked when I saw that news pop up. Just as stoked as I am that Paramount Pictures has announced that they are going to be developing multi-part Transformers sequels and spin-off films. They are moving full ahead with branching out the Transformers cinematic universe. So they have some writers on board that they want to do some spin-off films, and then they also want to make an overarching story that will, kind of play out over a series of films for the next Transformers films. It looks like Michael Bay will still be involved, so I know a lot of you went, oh. But, Michael Bay is currently doing a war movie called 13 Hours right now. But they're saying by the time they have the writers on board and they have everything kind of in place that they want to do, Michael Bay will be free and he can come back to do what he's got to do in the Transformers world. Who knows? Maybe Michael Bay will still say, I just want to produce. I don't know what he thinks his role is going to be in this, but he is still involved along with Steven Spielberg and all the original producers and everything. So strap your seatbelts. I know there's a lot of you Transformers haters out there, and you're not going to be happy to know that multiple new Transformers films are going to be coming down the pipeline, probably starting in 2017 and forward. Vincent D'Onofrio is in talks to play the villain in the Magnificent Seven movie starring Denzel Washington. I think that would be a cool casting, by the way. That would be very, very cool. Hugh Jackman is once again hinting Wolverine one last time. Over the weekend, he posted an Instagram picture of him with his hand and the blades coming through with literally just the quote, "one last time." Director James Mangold, who directed Hugh Jackman in The Wolverine, the movie from a couple years ago, he came out and he confirmed that Hugh Jackman is talking about the Wolverine 3, the solo movie, that will be his last time portraying Wolverine. Still no word if he is going to be in Apocalypse or not. Because what makes it weird is that for him to post an Instagram video with the blades out, Wolverine 3 is not even filming, I think, until next year. So that makes me feel like that whatever he was doing with the blades is for Apocalypse. But Bryan Singer, Fox, nobody has announced if Wolverine is going to be in X-Men Apocalypse. I hope that he is. I really hope that he is, especially if Wolverine 3 is going to be the last time we see him. I got to expect at least a cameo or something from Hugh Jackman. But I want it to be more than a cameo. I really want him to be involved in Apocalypse. Big time. Especially with the way Days of Future Past ended. I mean, Professor X knows about him now. So I don't know how you leave him out. So I hope to God he's in Apocalypse, and then we can maybe say goodbye after Wolverine 3. We'll see. I'm sad, because, we just reported like a month ago that Hugh Jackman was like, I'm going to play Wolverine forever, to the day I die. And then a month later, he's like, one last time. He just can't make his mind up. I can't be mad if he wants to step away from it. He's been awesome. He's been in like 8 movies as Wolverine. I can't ask for anything more from an actor. It's a greedy side of me. I don't want him to leave. Let's see here. Sacha Baron Cohen is back to being Freddie Mercury in the Queen biopic film. It looks like he is going to write, direct, and star in the Queen biopic film, and once again reprising the role of Freddie Mercury that he had, but he dropped out of the film a while back over creative differences with the band, but it looks like they cleared that all up, and he's back. I like it. I think he's going to be an excellent Freddie Mercury for the Queen biopic film. Let's see. Suicide Squad director David Ayer teases a trip to Arkham Asylum. He posted a picture of some Arkham Asylum public health services record books, which is a pretty cool little tidbit from the set. We got the new TV spot for Marvel's Daredevil coming to Netflix in just about a week. I'm so excited. let's see here. We got the new TV spot for Jurassic World. We posted a funny little mashup trailer called Minions Invade the Fast and Furious, and it's the Minions all inserted into the Fast and Furious 7 trailer, which is pretty funny. Denzel Washington's Magnificent Seven has been given a release date. The Western will be released on January 13th, 2017. So a couple years ago on that one. Halo 5 is officially dropping on October 27th. That's this year. You can see the teaser trailer for Fear the Walking Dead. You can watch that live action Bambi sketch that I talked about. We posted that up on the Twitter page, so check it out. Get booked and watch The Rock in the trailer for the live action Bambi. The Spotify app has landed on the PS4 and the PS3. I used it yesterday. I love it. I'm a big Spotify fan. I love that I was able to sync that through my PlayStation and blast some music through my television. It was awesome. Trevor Noah is the lucky man that's going to be succeeding Jon Stewart as host of The Daily Show. Not too many people know who this guy is. He's appeared on the show a couple times, but he has been given the role, so he'll be replacing Jon Stewart on The Daily Show. Suicide Squad has enlisted 2 more cast members. Let's see here. They did not tell me who their roles are going to be, but boxer Raymond Olubowi, who also appeared in 2 Resident Evil films as the Axeman, is going to be in the film, and also Scott Eastwood, Clint Eastwood's son, has also been given a role, although the roles are unknown at this time. We got the character posters for Marvel's Daredevil. Ryan Reynolds states that he's still fighting the studio for Deadpool to be a rated R movie. He says he's fighting the good fight every single day they're shooting. I feel like they're going to be making 2 versions of this film. The rated R one, and then they'll beep it all out and make it PG-13 in the theaters, and then maybe we'll have an unrated cut on Blu-ray. But at least we know he's fighting the good fight, and that is awesome. Bryan Singer teases the return of a winged mutant in X-Men Apocalypse. Yes, he posted some concept art, which definitely showed Angel in there. And as we all know, Angel is turned into Archangel by Apocalypse in the comic book films, in the comic book, and becomes one of his disciples of death, one of the 4 horsemen in the Apocalypse storyline. So we previously saw Angel in X-Men The Last Stand. It was portrayed by Ben Foster. He was the good guy Angel. We don't know what version of Angel we'll get in Apocalypse, but you got to assume it's going to be Archangel. So pretty cool to kind of get that confirmation through the fan art that Bryan Singer posted. If you're a fan of the Mortal Instruments and were maybe let down by the film City of Bones, don't worry, because ABC Family is stepping in and has ordered a new TV series that they're titling Shadowhunters that will be based on the Mortal Instrument book series. So you'll be getting more on ABC Family. Brianna Hild, who's pretty much an unknown actress, she's just been cast to join the Deadpool movie as Negasonic Teenage Warhead. I've never heard of this character before, but it seems like something that would fit in a Deadpool movie. So Negasonic Teenage Warhead joining Deadpool and played by Brianna Hild. Mulan is the next Disney film that's going to be given a live-action treatment. So we know Disney's on a roll with this right now. They got Cinderella, and they're doing Beauty and the Beast, and now they're going to be doing Mulan. Let's see here. Helen Mirren says she wants to be the villain in Fast and Furious 8. I thought that was pretty hilarious. I never expected that to be a legit, true article, and it was. And I think it is so funny. But she loves to drive cars, and she wants to be badass, and she's like, I want to get behind the wheel and race me some Vin Diesel. So I say give her a call, man. They could set it up. I think that'd be pretty damn interesting. Helen Mirren for Fast and Furious 8. The Walking Dead season finale fetched nearly 16 million viewers, setting a record for the series this past Sunday, so congratulations there. The Wiz is set as NBC's next live musical. We have the complete list of winners for the Kids' Choice Awards 2015. You can check that out. We have the honest trailer for Interstellar, which is awesome. Continuing with our Everything Wrong With. Last week was Fast and Furious 4. This week, it's Fast 5. And I'm sure on Thursday, when the second Everything Wrong With drops this week, it'll be Fast 6, I'm sure. So check out Everything Wrong With Fast 5. We have the new trailer for Masterminds, which is a new comedy starring Zach Galifianakis and Kristen Wiig. We have the new trailer called The D Train, which is a new film starring Jack Black and James Marsden. And hot off the presses, the brand new trailer for Mad Max Fury Road, one of our most anticipated films of the year. Broadway star Ciara Renee has joined the CW's Flash and Arrow spinoff as Hawk Girl. So that's a very cool addition to the spinoff series that we're going to get, Hawk Girl. So very, very cool. I'm liking that. Jurassic World director Colin Trevorrow has lined up his new project. It's going to be Greg Hurwitz's Book of Henry. Let's see here. Speaking of the spin-off show that Arrow and Flash are doing, Doctor Who's Arthur Darvill is going to be playing Rip Hunter on the spin-off show, who's a time traveler. Get ready, Jane Austen Undead fans, as Pride and Prejudice and Zombies gets an official release date of February 19th, 2016. Rachel Weisz and Colin Firth have just signed up for the Donald Crowhurst biopic film. And lastly, The Walking Dead Season 5 is set to hit Blu-ray and DVD August 25th. So there's your news of the week, my friends. Let's get on over to our releases and box office. Over on DVD and Blu-ray today in stores everywhere is Interstellar, The Imitation Game, and Wild. In theaters this Friday is going to be Furious 7. I am so excited. We're getting the band together, Geeky Pat. Maybe Peeps will join us. Probably not. But maybe, getting my brother-in-law. I'm trying to pull my other brother-in-law out of obscurity to come see it. We're going to hit it up in IMAX. I'm so excited. And then, of course, next week, myself and Geeky Pat will be doing the Fast and Furious Am I Still on the Air special. So I'm looking so forward to that as well. Here's our box office. Coming in number 10 is The Gunman with $2 million. Number 9 is Do You Believe with $2.2 million. Number 8 is the second best Exotic Marigold Hotel with $2.2 million. Number 7 is Run All Night with $2.2 million. Number 6 is The Kingsman, The Secret Service with $3.1 million. Number 5 is It Follows with $4 million. Number 4 is Cinderella with $17.5 million. Number 3 is the Divergent series Insurgent with $22.1 million. In its debut at number 2, it's Get Hard with $34.6 million. Very nice. And your new number 1 film, it's DreamWorks Animation's new animated film called Home. And Home brought in a massive $54 million. That is incredible right there. I didn't think that they did that much of promotion for this film. I never expected it to make that much. I know a lot of people even thought Get Hard was going to be the number 1 film. But congratulations. It just goes to show the power of families and the power of a good animated film when no one else is doing one to come blasting out at $54 million. So that's your box office, ladies and gentlemen. And that is your news of the week. We made really good time this week. It's only 42 minutes into the show, and we're caught up to speed. I love it. So once again, keep an eye out later this week on Red Dragons Radio for the new Red Dragons Assemble episode where we're going to all discuss the news of the month. It's going to be awesome. I can't wait to do that. Take a look for the new People's Forum coming up later this week, when we talk about our 5 movies that we would love Hollywood to make. And of course, like I said, keep an eye out for all the latest content, like This Week with the Geek and Out of the Riffs, Pro Wrestling Nation, and everything else. And then next week, look for a brand new Am I Still on the Air as we dissect down the Fast and Furious series. I'm very excited about that. So please follow us on Twitter at Am I on the Air. Follow me on Twitter at DXDonMega. You can like the show on Facebook. Just go to facebook.com/Am I on the Air, or just search for Am I on the Air and you should see it pop up. You can download, rate, and subscribe to us on iTunes. You can listen to us on Stitcher. You can listen to us on TuneIn. TuneIn is even available on the PlayStation Network, so you can download the TuneIn app and then listen to the show right there on your PlayStation. AmIOnTheAir.com is the official webpage, and like I said, that's where you can go and you can watch trailers and look at movie reviews, see the box office. It's got everything right there. If you're a big movie fan, go to AmIOnTheAir.com. It's, of course, where you can listen to the shows as well. And, of course, our hub. We are recording here live right now in the Red Dragons Radio studios. So go to reddragonsradio.com. That's where you can listen to all the great shows here on the network. Follow on Twitter at Red Dragons Radio so you always know what's going down in the world of podcast. That'll do it for us tonight. I'm your host, Don Mega. I hope you've enjoyed. I hope I've gotten you smarter to the game of entertainment news. And until next time, peace! Red Dragons! Red Dragons!